In this lesson, I'm going to tell you how to use the string's substring function. Before I can tell you about the substring function, though, I need to talk about the structure of a string. A string is a data type that is made up of many possible characters. When you type in a string, or when you use a string variable, each character in that string has something called an index number, which tells you the location in the string. The index number for the first character is given the index number 0. The second character is going to have an index number of 1, and I have the string smile here. Smile is 5 characters long. The last character is going to have the index length minus 1. So no matter the length of your string, the last character always has the index number length minus 1. I'm going to use this idea to talk about substrings now. So I'm going to go into my Visual Studio. I'm going to create a new project. Visual C# console application. I'm going to call it string substring example. Just ensure that your location is on your USB key and in the correct folder. Now a substring is a part of another string. And so that's important because oftentimes we only want to get or use part of a string. So I'm going to show you two different versions of the substring function. The first version of the substring function will give you the part of the string starting at the index that you would like and ending at the very end of the string. So what I'm going to do in my application is I'm going to tell the user to input their first name. So this is my user prompt. And then I'm going to get the user's first name. So there I'm documenting my variable and creating my variable or declaring it. And now I'm going to assign it with console.readline. So I'm going to assign the value to be whatever the user types in. Now if I want to get the rest of the name after the first letter, I would use the substring function. But first of all, I have to make sure that there is more than one letter. So here I'm going to use my string's length function. So first name dot length is greater than 2. I need to ensure that's greater than 2 characters. Then after it has more than 2 characters, I can be sure that my program will not crash if I try to get all the letters starting from the second letter until the end. Now going back to my structure of a string, the second letter has an index of 1. So in order to get all of the string starting from 1 and going to the very end, I use the substring function with 1 parameter, or in other words, I give it 1 number inside the brackets. So I'm going to create a new string here. So that's going to be storing the string from the second character until the end. Or in other words, store the rest of the name after the first character. So here I'm going to use first name dot substring, and the starting index I want is the second character, which is index 1. So to ensure that it works, I'm going to do a console.writeLine, and I'm going to write rest of name plus my variable rest of name. So I'm going to input my first name. My first name is Microsoft. And it says the rest of my name is Microsoft. And so you can see it got rid of the first letter because my substring function said start at the start at the second character, which is index 1. Now let me show you about the error checking that I have included over here with the if statement. So if I just type in, well, nothing, you'll see that nothing happens. And if I type in just the letter M or one letter, it's not really possible as well to get the rest of the string.